Good morning, I'm Peter Milios from the Finance News Network. Stocks fell Thursday, giving up early advances as concerns over the Federal Reserve's futures moves on monetary policy offset excitement around the latest batch of corporate earnings. The Dow Jones Industrial Average lost 0.7%, the S&P 500 slid 0.9%, while the Nasdaq Composite saw the greatest dip of the three at 1%. The three indexes notched session lows in the final hour of trading. At highs seen early in the session, the Dow advanced more than 300 points, while the S&P 500 and Nasdaq Composite were up 0.9% and 1.4% respectively. With Wall Street in the middle of earnings season, investors are watching for insights on how companies have fared amid high inflation and how they expect to perform going forward. Investors initially began the day bidding prices higher after positive earnings from consumer bellwethers Walt Disney and PepsiCo. Roughly two-thirds of the S&P 500 has now reported their Q4 earnings for the year, with 70% beating EPS expectations, which is below the 1-year and 5-year averages. The aggregate earnings reported were only 1.1% above expectations, which is also lower than the 1-year and 5-year average surprise rate. Google parent Alphabet slid more than 5% as investors grew concerned around rising competition in the artificial intelligence space. A 3% decline in Meta also dragged on the technology-heavy Nasdaq. PepsiCo advanced mostly while coming off earlier highs on the back of fourth quarter earnings that came in above Wall Street expectations. In EV news, Volvo said it had no need to join Tesla and Ford in cutting prices for its electric models after sales tripled last year. During 2021, about 4% of Volvo's cars sales were battery-only models. This rose to 11% during 2022 and was as high as 20% in December. The brand wants half of its sales to be pure battery vehicles by the middle of the decade, with the aim of only selling electric cars by 2030. Overnight, all S&P 500 sectors closed lower. Consumer discretionary was the best performer, followed by consumer staples. And in commodity news, African countries rich in lithium, such as Zimbabwe and Namibia, aim to develop their processing and refining industries to capture a greater share of profits from the increase in global demand for the battery material. This decade, Africa's lithium production is expected to rapidly increase from 40,000 to nearly 497,000 tonnes in 2030, as countries are determined to retain more value from their resources through processing before export. The SPI futures are pointing to a 0.4% fall. Have a nice weekend.